Hi YouTube, this is Red. I'm going to do another reading right now. I'm going to do it, a few people have asked. I wasn't really interested. I'm not going to get into the past of this thing because I'm going to do a reading on Emmanuel Macron, the French president. Macron, I hope that's it. Macron. Um, I'm not going to go into his past because I'm like deeply troubled by the woman he married as a parent. I'm deeply troubled by her being his teacher, this and that. I can't get into it. I told you guys before, I can't get into that type of energy like that because it makes me sick. So I'm not going to even do a relationship reading on them. I'm not going to get into his past, her past, because I just think it's sick. And I think this man might have something wrong with him too. I'm not blaming him for what happened, but he is 30 some years old now, and it's just, I don't understand. So any of you people that are from France, sorry if I'm offending you, but oh my God, as a mother and as a parent, I am, as a mother, as anything, I could never think about, looking at one of my children's friends or something and end up in a relationship with them. I don't give a crap if it was when they were young or once I see you when you were a kid, and even I don't want any parts of it. So I'm not going to get into that. Sorry for getting on this rant. So I'm just going to look into him, and him as himself. He's the Empress, which is very strange. He has a lot of feminine energy. I haven't heard him. I don't know how he speaks. I haven't, whatever, but he has he's the Empress. He has very, very feminine energy. It's like the total opposite. We had Toni Braxton in the reading earlier, and she had very masculine energy. But this person is a very, feminine energy. Also, he, with the world there, sometimes it's, it could be all in his world, so nobody else's world matters but what his world is. So, but he is, with the world is successful. He has, it's in his birth card to be successful, but sometimes he has to open his horizons and look outside and not just, focus on his little bubble. But he is extremely, I'm going to spray some of this. Sorry. Some Palo Santo spray, please. I had to get that energy. Alright. I don't use this deck much. I love this deck. I think it's beautiful. But sometimes it's just too, I'm just going to use this like as an oracle deck real quick because the images are beautiful, but I think they're too positive. I like a deck, either a dark deck or equally balanced deck. Dark deck with dark images, where dark emotions, so you can pull out things and it picks things up. Things that are too frou-frou sometimes. Let me see. Let's see. In regards to this man. Okay. So, I'll turn that over in a minute. I want to get an overall feeling in regards to him, and then we'll see how, maybe how, this first year or so will go for him. Okay, I just want to make sure. Sorry, you'll hear me. My grandson is very sick today. So I have a little bit of time to get a couple of these readings in for you guys. Let's see. So I just want to see. All right. Oh. All right, so, ah, and now, Macron, where is he at right now? Where is he at right now? Where is he at right now? Okay, so this is part of his energy. So the star, so things are, you know, things are illuminated. You know, the spotlight's on him. You know, he's shining right now. That's the energy he feels, and that's the energy that's around him, the star. You know, so, you know, the spotlight's on him. He's illuminated. You know, he's in the forefront. And I see this. He's kind of vulnerable because he is in that forefront. You see how the star, she's naked. You know, she is in the forefront, but I don't see, you know, even though she's naked, I don't see this woman being her authentic self. You know, even though she's naked, I don't think she's being in her authentic self, even though she's in the front lights are shining. Okay, so where he is right now is a coming together. It's a Two of Cups, so, you know, it could be talking about his relationship, but cards, my spirit guides, I don't want to talk into his relationship, or the joining of this type of like marriage between who he was and now he's the president of France. So we'll see. Okay, what's the cross to bear with that? The King of Swords. So the cross to bear with this functioning, I don't know if this is, usually this is in regards to a relationship. So it's the coming together. So it could be the coming together of the people. That's where, you know, the spotlight, or the spotlight is going to be on this relationship, which it is. I told see, this is how tarot goes. You can ask, I want to tell people, when you ask for a tarot reading, you might have a specific question in mind. Like, let's say, is me in this relationship gonna work? And the tarot cards may say, okay, you asked me that, but that's not where I feel, that's not where the spirits feel that this conversation needs to go. And they start talking about you and what's going on with you and not the relationship. So that's what tarot is. So I didn't want to talk about it. So he's not being his authentic self, you know, and it's in regards to their relationship. It's the spotlight now is shown on this relationship. They're in the public eye. The spotlight is shown on this relationship. They're not being their authentic self, and they're under the spotlight. And it's the King of Swords. So, you know, people are questioning his thought process or her thought process. You know, they're questioning, you know, the intellect of these people, whether, you know, they're questioning not only, we know that, you know, he's smart or she's smart, but just like their judgment, their character as a person, their judgment, because of their relationship. People are now, it's in the spotlight. Their relationship is in the spotlight. People are now questioning their judgment. Okay, underneath that. Underneath that is the Ten of Swords. So underneath that, this relationship, is it going to survive? Who knows? I'm going to have to look back into that, because underneath this relationship, people are questioning, or there's a thought what's crossing, you know, their relationship is in the spotlight. Is there, you know, is the thought process, you know, look at this, the thought process, not even to say anything, but this is a man and there's a predator on top of him. And I don't want to get into this, but look at the cards, the thought process, the relationship, a man right here, the sword, he's very smart, but there's a predator on top of him. I don't want to tick everybody off. I didn't want to get into this in this reading. I tell you guys that all the time. But this reading wants to get into it. So it looks like there's going to be an end to something. We'll see what that is. Okay, in the immediate past. In the immediate past, it was a lot of confusion. This is the Seven of Cups. So in the past, there was a lot of confusion. We have to go back in that. Confusion of what? I have no idea. Okay, what's on his mind? I'm going to pull 3 cards. The Three of Cups. The Knight of Swords, going forth with action. The King of Cups. What's on his mind is their relationship? Is them working? You know, is this going to work? You know, this really, that's what's really on his mind. The Three of Cups is a coming together. It's a celebration. So he is, you know, celebrating this, you know, he is celebrating. So that's what's on his mind. He's celebrating. He is celebrating. He's celebrating, you know, not so much thinking, just going forth with action. So he's celebrating his actions of what happened. And he's the King of Cups. He's in his celebratory. So he's feeling very emotional right now. He's very emotional. You know, he's in his celebratory phase. You know, the night he's going forth. Not with so much thought. You know, he's just going forth on... Just going forth. Not too much thought, and he's celebrating. Alright, let's see in the future real quick. The Seeker. The World. Justice. Cut into the bull crap. Okay, I kept this extra card. They have other extra cards. But the Seeker to me is enlightenment or illumination to me. So for me, the Seeker is the illuminated, you know, taking a shine on, which is also like the Star card. For me, it's like a spotlight, you know, the moon's there, all is revealed. So it looks like his world is going to be, which now that he's president, his little world, you know, is going to have the spotlight on it, which is saying it again, this relationship, but his world is going to have the spotlight on it, and secrets are going to come out and be illuminated. And he's kind of working on both sides, you know, he's kind of working on, he has to get his heads out the cloud, and he's going to, you know, his world is going to, and people are, justice is judgment and cut into the bull crap. So right now, it looks like the Seeker, someone's seeking his world, the justice. So maybe there's going to be some type of and cut into the truth. So it's either in his world the spotlight is going to be on there and people are going to want to get to the truth of the matter, or he's going to have some legal issue. There's going to be some legal issues that are going to have to get to the truth of the matter. So his world, there's going to be a spotlight, his world, you know, spotlight on his whole little his whole little work, job, home, everything. And there's going to be some legal issues. And they're going to have to, you know, cut to the chase, and it's going to have to get to the truth of the matter. Ooh, all right. So what is this death? So this relationship, the King of Swords, and then this bottom, the underlying issue to this is this Ten of Swords. What does this mean? A decision's going to have to be made. A choice is going to have to be made. There's going to be a choice in this future in regards to maybe even this relationship, or Or there's going to be some defeat in this relationship. Confusion in regards to what? It's going to come fast. This confusion came fast, but that's in the immediate past. So he's celebrating right now. That's on his mind, but it looks like there's going to be people looking for the truth. That in his little world, his little bubble, his little success, there's people going to be looking for the truth of things. Looking at the letters, the dot and the I's to T's. They're going to make sure, and there's going to be some type of legal issue. Some legal issue. And it's going to have to get to the truth of the matter. And the bottom line with this relationship and this king, there's a defeat. A defeat and a choice that needs to be made. Does this has to do with relationship or the job? The King of Cups. The Knight of Cups has to go, to me it's like a relationship, because the Knight of Cups doesn't think. He works off of emotion and goes. So it's gonna have to go through the cups, through his relationship. So he's gonna have to make a choice in regards to, or his choice in his relationship, the choice that he made in his relationship. It's going to be a problem, but it looks like some defeat in regards to relationship and a choice being made. And maybe there's going to be, I keep seeing the sun shining. I don't know if you can see the sun shining on this moon, illuminated. So things are starting to come out in regards to this. Okay, in regards to this legal issue, is this has to do with the relationship? Or does this have to do with him being president? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just the 5. This has to do with him being president. He's going to have some legal issues in regards to his presidency. There's going to be some type of legal issues or some insecurity, some I can't even speak right now. Someone's going to look into something in regards to his election, into his presidency, and they want to get to the truth of the matter. And this is the 5 of Pentacles. So that's usually like, there's hope, but it doesn't look good. Things don't look good financially or at his workplace. Things don't look good. But with the 5 of Pentacles, there's always some hope. There's always some hope, but things don't look good so far. So I haven't got into his first year. This is just what's going on now. I don't really know too much about it. I just happened to see, I think it was 2 days ago, and I heard a little bit about his wife, and it made me sick, and I didn't want to go there with this reading, and look, it got in there. So this is just for now on him, on Emmanuel Macron. So you guys have a good day, and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.